Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome. Been a little while since I've done a talking head video of this nature. I think I've just been kind of caught up in doing a lot of creative kind of edits. So quick plug to my TikTok and also my Instagram, doing a lot of photography. Of course, we're here to talk about some new video games, new TV shows, new films. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 10 most anticipated media releases, all coming out in the month of November. Coming in at number 10 on my list is Poker Face, a film that is being directed by and starring Russell Crowe. So this movie looks really exciting. We've got a high stakes poker game going on right now. And apparently the main character, a tech billionaire who hosts this game, is not very happy with some of his former poker players because of things that have happened between them. And then the stakes get a lot higher, not only financially with the game and how much money is on the line between these rich people, but then there are some crazy things going on. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty intense thriller, seeing what happens on this night when people thought they were just playing poker and things get a lot more scary for them. I'm looking forward to seeing how this narrative unfolds. It seems like a pretty cool plot, seems pretty exciting, like a very dramatic thriller, and I cannot wait. And I think it's kind of under the radar, so keep your eyes on Poker Face this month. So the 9th spot on my list is the Santa Clauses. This is actually a very long time coming sequel to the classic trilogy of Santa Claus films. I really loved those movies growing up. I have a lot of nostalgia, and I think that's a big thing. I hope that this series on Disney Plus manages to deliver high quality and not just to be capitalizing on some nostalgia, but truthfully, it looks pretty fun. Tim Allen returning again after all these years as the titular Santa Claus, and now we are seeing him pass on the torch. The trailer shows Peyton Manning wanting to be Santa Claus. It looks fun, it looks delightful and very Disney. I don't know exactly what to expect. I don't know how it's going to be, but we're going to have to wait and see. But it's coming out at the right time. It's almost Christmas. Very nice nostalgia for those old movies, which I think do hold up quite well for talking about holiday movies. I think that the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies are good. So I'm excited to see this. I think it should be fun. Something to watch with the family. Something I'll watch with my family this month, right before the holidays, and it'll bring back some memories. All right, next up on the list, we have Somebody, and this is a Netflix drama. This show is Korean. We'll watch it with the original language and English subtitles to really get the feel for what it's supposed to be like. And I think Somebody looks very good. It is a pretty interesting story about some people on dating apps. You know, that's a pretty normal thing in our modern society. Also, unfortunately normal is that there are some bad people on these dating apps. And then we see a woman in the trailer. It looks like this woman is sort of the same way as this guy that we're talking about. She seems sick-minded as well, and she loves it, and they meet each other, and it looks like it's going to be a very intense and exciting story to follow of how these people act and the psyche of them and trying to understand them. And I hope it delivers on telling that interesting story. Keep your eyes open on Somebody. It's coming out on Netflix this month. Evil West is next up on my list. This game looks very cool. It looks really badass. I'm excited for the Western feel mixed with the action-packed, shooter nature of the game. It looks like a pretty exciting action-adventure game. We've got different kind of styles taken from other games, which is totally cool. I feel like we get some hack and slash in there, similar to something like God of War or like a Dark Souls, if we're talking more tactically. And then, of course, there is the shooting and like the gunplay and action kind of feels a little bit like a Doom. And then we've got a cowboy character, right? It's Evil West. So the game looks really cool. I'm kind of always excited for new games that are not sequels or follow-ups, prequels or anything, because these days, just in all media, it's like everybody wants a sequel, but to get something fresh and new IP is always cool. So I'm with it. I'm looking forward to Evil West. I hope it's good. I mean, I don't know what to expect if it's gonna be good. It's, it could end up being kind of generic, but it looks really cool in my opinion. Like I said, pretty badass. So that's why I'm looking forward to Evil West in November. The next Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet versions, are coming out in November, and I am genuinely excited, and I think that I have mixed feelings on Pokemon Legends Arceus. I liked Brilliant Diamond and Pearl, though I don't feel like they were the next innovative Pokemon games they could have been. So maybe it's been a little while. I guess Sword and Shield, this is kind of the next step after that, because we went off the beaten path a little bit in the last games. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about Arceus. Some of it is awesome. Some of it I don't love. This is a mainline Pokemon game. We've got a bunch of new Pokemon, a new region, new characters, a new story to tell. We're going to be taking on gym leaders and whatnot, but we're also going to be exploring an open world, which looks very interesting. It looks very fun. I mean, this is Pokemon. This is mainline Pokemon. I have high expectations every time a new Pokemon game comes out, but then again, I also start to settle my expectations, keep them intact, because truthfully, they don't always innovate as much as they kind of advertise they would, or as much as I think they could. But the new Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet, are coming out. A lot of new cool designs in the Pokemon. The world looks pretty interesting. I'm excited to see a very open world for the franchise like this. And yeah, I mean, it's Pokemon, like I'm gonna play it regardless, So I hope it's good. I only very recently found out about the menu and I think it looks really good. So I think you guys should keep this on your radar. We've got a film that is gonna be both funny and also thrilling. This looks really fun. It reminds me of something like a Most Dangerous Game, Ready or Not, something of that nature. Because you see, we've got these main characters take a little trip to an exclusive island or something of the nature, and they are going to be trying all these high-class meals, these 5-star fancy dining experiences, all about the food and the experience and what the food means and stuff. It's called The Menu, right? So that's pretty interesting. I think it has a cool feel to it. This movie looks like it is going to be like a high-stakes chef kind of show, but then we also have this underlying plot that looks like it's unfolding, where there is a sick, twisted game going on this island for these people who are getting this dining experience. It looks like it gets pretty twisted. It looks like the characters in there are not going to be exactly what they seem at first, and our couple that we follow looks like they're going to get into some pretty interesting stakes here to survive. So The Menu looks creative. It looks very cool. So keep your eyes open on that film in November, The Menu. Coming in at number 4 on my list, we get to see Daniel Craig return once more in the Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Story. In Glass Onion, we have another star-studded cast, very notable actors and actresses, and I am very excited. The trailer is edited so well. I really love what they show, and really, more importantly, what they don't show. Also, as a video editor, I just like the way they put it together. I think Glass Onion looks very cool, very interesting, based on the little knowledge we have, of course. Like I said, we've got a really great cast of characters here, and I'm looking forward to seeing the chemistry between them. I'm looking forward to seeing the mystery unfold. Rian Johnson wrote such an intriguing story with Knives Out, and I love that film. I thought it was very good. I think it delivered, and I think that the ending was great. I loved all the characters, the ensemble here. So I'm expecting pretty much the same thing with Glass Onion and Knives Out Story. It's coming to theaters very exclusively, and then it'll be on Netflix, of course, which is really where I'm gonna watch it, I guess. And yeah, Glass Onion is probably going to be pretty awesome. Next up on my list is Tulsa King, a show that is one of the only reasons why I'm keeping my Paramount Plus subscription at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing Sylvester Stallone in this role. This is a very, very exciting show. It's coming from some people who wrote and produced some high-quality stories. Taylor Sheridan is very good. If you look at stuff like Yellowstone and Mayor of Kingstown, and you look at films like Sicario, he's got a knack for these very exciting crime-based stories and drama. And then, of course, we have Sopranos producers on board with this. So this is a mafia story, so who better to draw from there? This looks really exciting. We get a former capo that Sylvester Stallone is playing as that gets out of prison, and then here he is with a lot of high stakes from former mafia family members, and there's going to be some tension between him and them. And the game has changed over the years. He was locked up, and now he's in Tulsa, and we'll see what happens there. I've been seeing this advertised a little bit over the last few months, been very interested in it. It's been on my radar for sure. So that is why I'm really excited to see Tulsa King on Paramount Plus this November. Number 2 on my list is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, a film that I think is going to be beautiful. I think it's going to deliver. I have very high expectations, rightfully so. Now, Marvel Studios has been a little all over the place in the last year or two. I'd say especially in 2022, though I haven't necessarily disliked its content. Black Panther is a great film. It did so many great things: cultural impact, the music, the storytelling, the themes, the antagonist, the protagonist, the action. It was a great movie, and I'm so excited to see its sequel. Now, of course, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. It is a shame, he was fighting for his life. We didn't even know it, and now it's been a few years, and we will not be having him in this film, but we're going to see, how they handle T'Challa's death. That is one thing I'm a little nervous about. I hope they handle it well. I hope that it is done in a tasteful way in the story to make it make sense. and you know where they go from there. I hope that makes sense too, to give Shuri, who seems like she's going to be the next Black Panther. I hope that works. But you know, this film looks beautiful. The trailers show a very cinematic and beautiful environment, themes, and we're going to get to see Atlantis. We're going to get to see a very exciting new character in Namor, someone that I've been looking forward to seeing in the MCU. So I hope they do that right. Should be a pretty cool story. The clash between characters from Wakanda and, you know, their world, and then from below the waters. So it looks cool. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Definitely has some big shoes to fill, and there's some high stakes here, but I'm feeling pretty confident about it. Cannot wait to watch it on November 11th this year. And then coming in at number 1 on my list is the next God of War game, a game that I think is going to deliver on all fronts, and it really has to after the incredible predecessor. So 2018's God of War, what a beautiful and moving experience, a technical masterpiece. The way the camera never cut, the gorgeous graphics, the intense and thrilling action that was dynamic. You know, the combat felt great. There was very interesting mechanics. The storytelling was just done so well, emotional. Kratos and Atreus is dynamic, and there was only a few side characters, but they all were so memorable, and the storytelling was just done so well. This was an upgrade and an evolution to the series that was once just a very fun hack and slash, and I can never stop thinking about it. So now God of War Ragnarok is coming out, and this is going to be a breathtaking game, I think. Every trailer so far has me super excited. I'm loving what I'm seeing graphics-wise. The Ragnarok storyline, of course, and Thor getting into more of the Norse mythology, meeting new characters here. Atreus has grown up, and he's feeling a lot different about everything. He's becoming more of an adult, and it's going to cause some problems. Kratos is getting a little older. They're clashing, but they're going to bond in the end, I'm sure. I cannot wait to see what they do with this. Sony Santa Monica has just given us such an amazing game with God of War, and even the franchise as a whole has just been awesome. It's definitely one of my favorites. So it's one of those things, I don't really know how much more I need to tell you why I'm excited for God of War Ragnarok. It's probably going to be fantastic. It's coming out in November, and I cannot wait to fire that up on my PS5. Okay, so I basically forgot to record an outro because, I don't know, it's been a little while since I've done a talking head video, I guess, and it shows. But anyway, so that's the video. Those are my top 10 most anticipated shows, movies, and video games coming out in November of 2022. Please let me know in the comments below, guys. What are you most excited for? Let's just have a conversation about exciting new releases across all these mediums, and consider subscribing if you want to see some more content like this, and also not like this at all, because I'm really branching out and trying to just do a lot of different fun video content that I like. But please let me know what you want to see more of and what you want to hear me talk about more of. So that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks again for watching. I truthfully appreciate your time here, and I'm gonna catch you guys all in the next video.
I've been listening to birds cry. I've been viewing from a bird's eye. That's why I always keep my third eye open. I'm focused. If it's real, you know it's gon' come back. This that season, but there's no comeback. If you let